What's up? Matt Farah here, Garage419. Mike Spinelli on the program today.
What's up, Matt?
After way too long an absence.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Big news today. We got GM still flying their private jets. They still want to fly the jets. Ford about to sling Volvo back across the pond. Nissan GT-R Spec V is in the house. And the Lotus Evora is the new IT car. Spinelli's here to talk about it. You have your opinions, don't you, Spinelli?
I got a couple of opinions.
Well, good.
And I know you do as well.
Good. I have some. And after this flaming chicken, we're going to talk about that. Stick around.
This episode of Garage419 is brought to you by Valvoline's automotive series Under the Hood with Brandon and the Frog. Watch for new episodes at brandonandthefrog.com.
All right, Spinelli, let's get right to this. GM and their stupid, ridiculous private jets are back in the news again.
Yeah.
Now, here's the deal, okay? They had a whole fiasco before with flying their private jet to Congress to ask for money, which Ford and Chrysler did exactly the same thing, so points against for all of them. They could have just let it go, but no. Now they're petitioning the FAA to, and well, I might say successfully, because we tried tracking it and failed, petition the FAA to make their plane's transponder information private so the public can't track it, okay? Now, they say it's for security reasons. We say it's so they can fly around all they want and not have people give them any crap for it. What do you think?
I don't know. GM's got to get this plane stuff out of the public discourse. It's ridiculous.
No news is good news for them.
No, honestly, it's like at this point, it is just destroying them right now. I mean, they're going to Congress and ask for a handout, and people are calling their Congress people and you know Congress people's constituents are just not going to put up with this.
Yeah,
they have to get this plane thing out of the media eye. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, they had 7 planes. Supposedly they've sold 4 and they're down to 3 now.
Right.
Which is less ridiculous than 7, but not by a whole lot. You know what I mean? And
right.
and just to show you how easy it is to track a plane, we attempted to track their plane earlier today. We failed. It's already been blocked. We did, however, track John Travolta, who was en route from Florida to England.
Great. I don't know what he's doing, but
all you have to do is look up. You can look it up extremely easily where this is. But the point is, GM is facing Chapter 11. If they don't get this handout, hundreds of thousands of people are going to lose jobs, if not millions. And meanwhile, they've got people who are worried about planes.
Well, the thing is, it's about symbolism, right? Lee Iacocca knew this back in 1979 when they went through that bailout with Chrysler.
Yeah.
He worked for $1. He made it about, value. Your taxpayers are paying their hard-earned money, and you're going to get something from me. Right. These guys need to get that message out, and they got to get this jet crap off the
exactly. Speaking of cutting the fat, let's move over to Ford. We don't pay too much attention to Ford because they don't screw up as monumentally as GM or Chrysler in general. There's rumors out there now that they're trying to sell Volvo. To whom? We don't know yet. Not even to anyone specific. Volvo is the last of their premier auto group, which included Land Rover, Jaguar, and Aston, all of which are gone. What happens if Volvo is sold? Does it go back to a real Swedish car? Does it fall apart? What do you think happens here?
Well, it's weird because unlike the other car makers in the PAG or the premium auto group, was it Premier Auto Group?
Premier Auto Group, yeah.
Volvo is inextricably linked with Ford because they use platforms together. Like the Volvo S60 and the Taurus are on the same platform, and also the Ford Edge and stuff. So I mean, these two companies have become, fairly, at least as technology goes, really, really linked up. Yeah. So it's going to be a really complicated separation.
Well, that brings up another point. Is any of these companies, like General Motors even, or Chrysler, that have, different brands that share parts and share platforms, if you sell off a brand, what goes with it? It's a big question. Do the rights to the platforms, or is it really just the history and the image and the logo, and you're on your own with designing cars, or what happens there?
I mean, what they do is a lot of times they'll come up with a licensing agreement, right? Yeah. So they'll have the license to use the platforms. I think Aston Martin's doing something.
Yeah,
like
Aston Martin definitely had some Ford still supplying some parts, and they share part of a factory in Germany, I think, too.
Yeah.
So we got to wait and see, though, exactly what happens. But I would like to see both Volvo and Saab go back to their Swedish roots and really go back to making unique, much more interesting cars than these platform-derived, brand-engineered cars.
Yeah, I mean, but could they survive alone without the economy of scale of having a big company behind them? I don't know.
They survived before.
Well,
they didn't get bought up because they were failing. I think they got bought up so both GM and Saab's case and Volvo and Ford's case could move up market.
Right.
You know?
Well, I mean, they're both asking for money from the Swedish government now because they want their own piece of the pie. They don't think that if the American government bails out GM and Ford, Volvo and Saab don't feel that they're going to get that attention from the American money that they want their own money from the Swedish government.
Just in case.
So, just in case. So
and they're not wrong to ask for it.
Well, look, I mean, maybe that money could go to bringing them independent again. I mean, who knows at this point.
Center console, ignition keys for life.
Absolutely.
So, back in the news, Nissan GT-R, the Spec V this time. Yeah, I know. We're all sick of reading about the Nissan GT-R. Having driven one last weekend, it's dope. But anyway, so the Spec V is going to be based on the Series 2 GT-R, comes out next year. It's going to get 5 extra horsepower, okay? Lighter weight because of a rear seat delete and some carbon fiber stuff. And it's going to get a race-only transmission mode. So there's not going to be different shift modes. It's all going to be raw. But I'm a little disappointed, actually, to tell you the truth. Oh, ceramic brakes, too. But I'm a little disappointed. I was expecting a big bump in power, which it doesn't look like we're going to see.
Right. And so, I mean, they're saying it's the same as the Series 2 GT-R, which is about a 5 horsepower bump from the Series 1.
No launch control.
And no launch control.
No launch control. This is all right. Let's forget about the rest of the car. Let's really talk about the fact the next GT-R is not going to have launch control. Instead of beefing up their transmission to the point where you can use launch control over and over, we're going to take it away. And they say so. 2009 will be a truly special GT-R.
Well,
we have to look into the word special.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like they did it just to be competitive, and it's a very complex gearbox that they use. It's not, it's no Ford Rock Crusher. Was that?
It's a crash box, different kind of crash box. No, but I mean, instead of dealing with these warranty issues or maybe even revising a warranty policy, they're just going to eliminate launch control altogether, which I don't really think is fair because the performance is going to suffer.
Well, the performance. I mean, if you want to get the best 0 to 60 time, or you do the quarter mile or something.
Yeah.
But it's. I mean, that car. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you want a drag car, there are better cars than that.
That's true.
That's really an all-arounder. I mean, I wouldn't
on a road
miss
course,
it.
I suppose.
On a road, I mean, or even just carving around the a mountain road or something. You don't. I mean, I don't know. Launch control to me feels cool, like it's cool.
It's just kind of the opposite of the way Porsche's philosophy always kind of was. Where remember back the 930 Turbo came out and the owner's manual said, we recommend flooring your car at least once a week. It's like the opposite of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like it's kind of become a sort of a marketing gimmick at this point now that everybody's got to have launch control. I mean, all right, yeah, it's cool a few times, and you feel that neck breaking force, but
it is cool though. Launch control's fun.
All right,
stick around. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Lotus Evora's celebrity studded waiting list, and of course, our question of the week. Stick around.
Frog and I had a bet, I lost, and this is payback. By losing this bet, you've given me an opportunity to teach people about cars using the most tried and true method of all, primal urge. It's all about not being a severe driver. And sometimes we have to remind ourselves. Sensitivity training.
I demand a lot from my cars. I drive them on the highway, drive them on the racetrack, I even drive them in and out of New York City in the dead of winter with the top down. But I can do all that because I take care of my cars, and if you take care of your car, it won't let you down. Sometimes, well, you gotta show your car a little love, just like Brandon the Frog do. Check out their latest episode of Under the Hood over at brandonandthefrog.com. While you're there, check out their last 3 car care episodes in their full-length glory. I'm gonna be there checking out their episodes, so I'll see you there. And we're back, and we're talking about the Lotus Evora, the new model 2+2, bigger than an Elise and an Exige from Lotus. And it's been causing quite a stir, and I'll tell you why. The car is awesome. I saw it in the LA Auto Show. It looked great. But here's what we want to talk about. they have released, they've started taking orders for it. And according to Lotus, we have quite a list of celebrities on the list for this car.
Really?
Let me read off. Here we go. First of all, Richard Hammond and James May from Top Gear.
Well, there you go.
The mayor of London, whose name escapes me, but someone will
Mayor of
comment.
London?
The mayor of London. Pierce Brosnan, Daniel Craig, Jay Leno, Jamiroquai's J.K., Beyonce, Dave Grohl.
Wait. Beyonce.
Beyonce, hold on.
That's
Dave Grohl,
interesting.
George Clooney, Kevin Spacey, Patrick Dempsey, and J-Lo. Jay Lizzo, okay? that is
interesting.
This is a Lotus Evora. We're not talking about the new Bentley, the new Maybach. We're talking about a $75,000 to $80,000 Lotus with a Camry engine in it. What is it about the Lotus Evora that is making it a celebrity it car?
Well, I mean, I think it's something. First of all, it's something different. You know, every idiot in LA has a Porsche, and I don't want to disparage.
We can quote Johnny Drama on that.
Right, exactly. I don't want to disparage Porsche at all, but you know, let's face it. I mean, it's something that image matters in LA and in Hollywood. And Lotus has a history that goes back to, you know, I mean, McQueen.
It was a Bond car.
It was a Bond
right?
car. The Esprit was a Bond car, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it was a submarine Bond car even.
It was
We got
very cool.
If Looks Could Kill.
Sure.
A spy movie from the 80s, one of my favorites. Then we've got Sharon Stone rocking one in Basic Instinct, the Esprit, right? But you don't, you know, the Exige and the Elise never really made it to the celebrity crowd.
Well, they're a little too small. You couldn't really do anything with them. I mean, and plus, it was hard to get in. You look a little silly trying to get out of that in front of like the Viper Room or whatever the kids are going to.
Well, I mean, could it be that Lotuses have always been about lightweight, you know, not using the big engines. They prefer lighter weight and better handling dynamics to brute force. I mean, could it be that with the green movement and the gas and could it be that the celebrities want to show that that's what they're into now?
Well, I don't know if they're actually thinking that much into it. It's a sexy car, but but you're right though. It is lightweight. It's under 3,000 pounds, which is lighter than a 911.
Can you believe we're considering that light? It's like light for today, you know.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it is light for today. Absolutely. I mean, it's not that far off of an Elise, and you can actually get into it like an adult. You know, you can. There's room for a couple of bags if you want to go to.
It won't deafen you.
Yeah, right. If you want, right, and it's a car for an adult. You know, it's sort of.
It is an adult's car for sure. I can fit in it. Hoo-ah.
There you go. But also, I mean, just one last thing on Lotus is that Lotus is even, you know, the crazy thing about Lotus is showed a profit last year and not from selling cars.
Oh yeah, well Lotus kind of gets outsourced from other companies to do that. I know that the new Spiker aileron has handling by Lotus. They did the whole suspension tweaking, so I'm sure they paid them a lot.
Yeah, I mean their consulting division is doing great, but obviously the next car that we're waiting for from them is the whatever will replace the Esprit. So it'll be the top line car. This is still
isn't
the
Evora
Evora is still the Evora is still the mid range car.
All
There's
right.
still another one coming out after this.
Oh, I gotta brush up.
And take a look. I think the convertible is probably coming out.
That would be sweet, actually. Evora convertible would be cool. I think it would look like a Spiker, actually. Question of the day. We're on to the question of the day, question of the week, whatever you want to call it. You know, with Ford, GM, and Chrysler all kind of hurting right now, and by kind of hurting, I mean really hurting. The question of the day is, what if these companies go bankrupt? Is there a coming back for them? And my question to all of you out in internet land is, would you buy a car from a car company that was bankrupt or on the verge of bankruptcy? Spinelli, would you?
Well, it's a valid question. I mean, bankruptcy doesn't necessarily mean it's going away, although some people say that when a car company goes bankrupt, it's exactly this reason that people don't buy cars from a bankrupt car company.
Is that what ends up killing them?
That ends up, right.
They go bankrupt, people stop buying the cars, and then they're done for sure.
Right, because people want to buy a car, you know, from a stable concern that they know that if something goes wrong, they're going to have some place to go to get it fixed.
Yeah, well, you want to have parts available,
a
dealer network, someone to back up the warranty.
Right,
you know.
But nowadays, you know, I mean, you've got parts that are made from outsourcing partners and all kinds of stuff, so maybe it's not that big a deal. And maybe, you know, bankruptcy reorganization may just mean that the company can get its finances together without getting rid of the parts divisions, so you can actually, they may not go away. So I don't know. I mean, it's a valid question.
I think if they go bankrupt, I think the prices of ZR1s are going to drop like rocks, and then in which case I would pick one up immediately. Spinelli, gracias, as always.
Thank you, sir.
And you guys know me, I'm Matt Farah. Guess what? You've been watching Garage419.
This week on WePCTV.
How have computers changed the recording industry and your job?
The fact that people can make records on their own is huge. It's definitely opened up the possibilities.
WePCTV is brought to you by ASUS and Intel. You dream it, ASUS builds it, Intel inside it.